Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is Laura with Stitchin with Laura. How's everybody doing? I hope everybody is having a great Wednesday. Well, we're halfway through the week. Woohoo! Yeah, so today I am working on the Cardinals and the Bluebirds in the little Christmas tree. I got this back in May from Everyday eCraft. And I thought we'd work on it because it really looks like Christmas to me. Yeah, so what is everybody up to? What are you doing? Whoa, I'm just running into everything today. Had to run into town because, believe it or not, I got my, if I can get a hold of them, my 4 spools of the sulky thread that I ordered to go with Louisa Cullimore Bristol. So hopefully that'll be enough. Not real sure, but, you know, heck, we're just going to go for it. I may end up getting an extra one in the middle of it all, but we'll see. We'll see. Oh, this is an 11 count, by the way, and I am using 3 strands. And we're just working on this little pink symbol. Yeah, so Molly got her ride this morning. She was just thrilled sick. You know, usually when I leave the house, you know, there's just no leaving her behind. But every once in a while I got to put my foot down because it is kind of hot out there and I don't want her to have to sit in the car in a hot car. So we went early enough. It's only about 10 o'clock and it's about 70 degrees out there. It was starting to get warm, shall we say. So not a big deal. So I got to cut a thread here. Hang on. Where, oh, I was like, where did that go? My orch thing, it's just pretty chuck full. I keep shoving it down and adding to it, but there's a pretty good massive amount in my little orch basket. It just was perfect. Another thrift store find. Yeah, I doubt that I'll be going to the thrift store this week. It'll have to wait until next week. That's okay. We can be rich and famous next week. No, I'm just kidding. No, we never get to be rich and famous. But that's when I get paid. We always used to call it rich and famous for a day. Oh, jeez. So yesterday was like a little nightmare. Oh, this isn't very big. It says 36 by 46 up here. I forgot to tell you that. So it's got more outside than it does inside. Hang on. I know, I'm just all over the place, aren't I? So it's almost 14 by 10. 10 by 14. I know, they have the oddest sizes, so what would you... I guess it wouldn't fit in an 11 by 14. You'd have to go a little bit different. But anyway, yesterday was just flipping nuts. And I was there by myself until about 4:30. I had to call the boss in because I couldn't get the end up to change the boxes of soda, you know, that hooks up to a compressor so you can get fountain soda. I couldn't get that thing off for nothing, and I had people coming left and right and didn't have time, and it was bad. So she stayed for about an hour or so. And of course it wasn't busy when she was there. And then it was busy until about 7 o'clock. It started dwindling off. And about 8, it poured like a son of a gun. Until, probably, I mean, it was still sprinkling technically when I left. But, yeah, there were puddles all over the parking lot. It was great. Yeah. So I didn't get to mop the floor until the end. But that's okay, because, you know, when it rains, I mop up the bad parts, and then I do the whole floor when I get ready to leave, because I'm not going to do it 50 times. And there weren't that many people coming and going by that time. So, yeah, just kind of slow coming in and wandering about. And it was finally, I'm like, I'm over this at 10 o'clock. I just couldn't take any more. So, glad I got done with that. Now I got today. And today we should get our grocery order in. Oh, jeez Louise. Yeah, that'll be fun. And there's only 2 of us. The boss, she'll be there, of course, because she's got to check it in. And her daughter usually helps, but her daughter had to go to, like, basketball or baseball camp. Something like that. So she'll be gone for only 3 days, which was probably enough. But it wasn't like it was going to be a week, but she usually helps us. She's like 16. But we'll miss her today, because if we have to put all that stuff away, and hopefully the order won't be nearly as big as last week. Last week was outrageous. I thought it was never going to end. So yeah, it's some of the joys of working retail in the summer. I'm telling you. Trying to keep it where it needs to be here. So I didn't work on anything when I got home. I was like, oh, I could get up and I could do, and yeah, I must have said that 10 times and I still didn't get up. I was just not in the mood. I was tired, I was over it, and I still didn't go to bed until midnight. I watched something on Netflix, I can't remember what it was. It must not have been too memorable, because I probably slept through half of it. Well, I didn't fall asleep, I just felt like I did. You know, you sleepwalk through movies and it's like, now what went on? Yeah, that was last night. I think I just had it there so I didn't have to move. But I didn't work on anything else. I kept saying I'd get up and work on that Christmas tree thing. Yeah, no, didn't happen. What can I say? My Tuesdays seem to be like that. So I'm glad today is my so-called Friday. And then my daughter, I talked to her Monday-ish, and she said that she might be going to days as a cash register person, because, you know, she had to go, and she'll have to go to physical therapy once a week for her joints. I think it's called EDS. I don't know what all that stands for. But, yeah. And it's been bugging her moving carts, you know, from the outer lot to in. So she'd like to get away from that. Oh, goodness gracious. And the pollen, not pollen, but we have cottonwood trees. Do you have cottonwood trees? I think they have them in Texas. Not real sure. I don't remember too many of them when I was in Kansas. I just can't remember. But they have this little fuzzy stuff that comes off of them. And it blows around in the air, and sometimes there's so much of it that it looks like snow. Yeah. I remember there was we went to Garden of the Gods when we first moved to Denver, like in 1975. We thought we'd just take a little weekend, you know, we got everything moved, we're over it, so we went down to Colorado Springs from Denver, and my parents hadn't been there in years, and we went on a trail ride through the Garden of the Gods, and there was this old-timer guy, you know, he'd probably been on this trail ride 5 billion times, you know, in his lifetime, but he was an older guy, and he was trying to keep us all going. It was kind of a warm day, and we all had our chapstick on, and Garden of the Gods, if you don't know this, has red clay dirt, if you will. I don't think it's clay, it's just red dirt. And when we got done with that trail ride, our all the chapstick that we'd put on our lips because they were drying out, because we'd moved there from Texas, had attracted all the red clay on our mouth. But anyway, back to the story. I got down a rabbit hole. As usual, I am famous for going down rabbit holes, because I really want to see what's down that rabbit hole. So anyway, the old guy, he was trying to keep everybody going, and he was telling a story about how there was a mule that died in summer. And we're like, well, okay, so what's, funny about that? And so he said, yeah, the mule, he froze to death. I'm like, in the middle of summer? And he goes, yeah. I said, well, how's that possible? Snow won't stick. We're trying to figure this out. We're like 18 years old. And, yeah, that didn't kind of go with anything. So he said, yeah, this mule was on like a trail. They had to go to take some goods somewhere. And he was pulling the wagon, and all of a sudden, there was a big, big old blizzard. And I'm like, a blizzard in the middle of summer? He goes, yeah. The stupid mule stood there and shook and shook and shook and finally froze to death because he thought it was a blizzard. And it was the cottonwoods. Yeah. All the fuzzies off the cottonwoods, and the mule thought it was a blizzard. So he froze to death. I know. I tell the worst stories. What can I say? I got one about an alligator, but I don't think I can get that all together. No. And it probably wouldn't be suitable for YouTube. But my father could tell that story really, really well. He was good at telling stories and getting it all together and, keeping you in suspense. And, yeah, no. It better be short and sweet or else I'll forget these days. I got a loose thread there I'm trying to fix. Oh, come on. For pity's sake. There we go. Yeah, that guy, he was a real character, and we about got sunburned to death going through the valley, or the Garden of the Gods. It was so hot. I mean, it wasn't as hot as Texas, but it was hot. The sun, we're closer to the sun here. But, yeah, he had a pet skunk, and of course it was descented, and yeah, it'd just sit on your shoulder, and you could pet it just like a cat. It was great. We just thought we'd actually been somewhere. I don't know. Times gone by. But we always liked to go and take trail rides, and we used to do that all the time when we'd go to Estes Park. I always thought it was fun. Went on a trail ride down in Pagosa Springs up the side of a mountain. Yeah, that was a little hairy. But we were walking, we weren't riding. I mean, riding, fast or anything. We were just walking the horses up there, but a little bit scary. But it was nice. This blue almost blends in with that other blue. This is a full coverage. Oh, I said blue and I start stitching the blue. I'm sure one won't matter. I am not taking it out. Get over it. Jeez. So I don't know what I'm going to work on this week. I just kind of going with the flow, and if I pick something up, I pick something up. I don't know that I want to start that Bristol monkey sampler or what, but we'll see. I'm glad we got our running around done. I think I'm going to make meatloaf tomorrow. I got a couple, I don't think I'll use 2 pounds, but I got bacon to go on it and Heinz ketchup, so we're all set. And I think there's actually an onion in there. And then I can have it for a couple, 3 days. I'm so used to working my thread all the way to the end. I do that on these pre-stamped. I don't know why. I do it all the time on my counted, but just trying to save the threads, I guess. Oh, goodness. And you'd think I didn't get any sleep. And I slept until 7:30, 8 o'clock, somewhere around there. It took me a while to get to sleep, but, you know, hey, stuff happens. This thread's laying down real nice. It is color number 597. It's kind of a, put it right there where you can actually see it. I don't know, is that a turquoise-ish? Like a medium turquoise? It's really pretty. Once it gets there, it gets denser in color, darker. I don't know if you can tell. Get my light over here. It's almost makes that blue just kind of blend into the background. I was looking at Everyday eCraft the other day, and I looked up to see if they had any beaded cross-stitch things. Well, the only thing they had were little keychain people-ish. It's either people or an animal, you know, and you do the beaded cross-stitch on them. I've never had one of them, so I thought maybe we might just get real festive and get some of those, but maybe for later, you know, I could get some and make them for the grandkids. The 2 littlest ones, because the bigger ones will be going, what the hell is this, Grandma? Yeah, they'd think that was too babyish. But they also have fans and other things, you know, that are quite pretty. I didn't look up, like bookmarks and stuff. I'll have to go back and look at that. But just little things. It's not supposed to get too hot today, thank goodness. Yesterday wasn't too hot. It got cloudy towards, like 4 o'clocky. And it looked like it was going to rain for, I swear, 3 hours before it ever did. It finally got where it was, and then it just poured. And some people that came in said they had to actually stop when they were up there on the pass because they couldn't see it was raining so hard. And when it actually started raining here, it was raining so hard you couldn't see across the street. But, hey, that's what happened. It was in that dark, I couldn't find out where the hole was. So I haven't made any other orders. Still haven't gotten the big one. It wasn't in yet. It said July 9th on it was the first date, so we'll see when it ever gets there. But it's kind of like that Dutch Beauty. I knew it was going to take a month. I mean, they warned me ahead of time, so don't know why, but, you know, they probably sent it on a very slow ship. Very slow. I just can't figure out why it takes forever. Unless they had to order it from someplace else. I need a drink. So, yeah. I'm kind of anxious for it to get here. It's been time. I ordered that big one back on June 3rd. Yeah. So, it's been a hot moment. Been a hot moment. So is everybody doing all the fun things of summer? Going here and going there and... Geez, sometimes. See, I don't mind staying at home. That doesn't bother me at all. I am a real homebody. I could just sit here and stitch or find some other craft to do for hours and days. It does not bother me in the least. Might as well get that one right there while we're at it. This isn't too confetti. I mean, it might be a little bit, you know, and what is that? I'm trying to figure out where the bird is. We got one bird there. I don't know if that's a bird or it might be a branch. I just can't tell. There should be a bird up there. There's the cardinal. And then there's something right there. There's a pine cone that comes down. I don't see the other bird. He should be like right there somewhere. That's weird. There's a pine cone. So maybe that's the bird? I don't know. It doesn't really look like a bird. Huh. Looks like it should be more right in here. Molly, hush. I was looking to see if there was 3/8. Enough. I don't know. Can't tell. Oh well. And this is... It's a better picture than the one with the birdhouses, so I can't complain, but it does look like the bird should be right there. And then the star is right in there. Maybe it's just the color of the... What do you call it? The symbol? I don't know. That's making it look weird. Beats the heck out of me. Guess we'll find out when we get there, right? But like I said, there's like little confetti spots, these yellow spots. But the rest of it looks, you know, like there's a bigger area to work with. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see. I like those bluebirds. They're so pretty. I don't know what they are. Do you know what they are? Are they just bluebirds? Right here? We will see. We will see. Alright guys, well I think that's going to be about it today. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and please hit the bell, and that way you'll know when my next video comes out. Stay safe, stay healthy, and we will see you next time. God bless. Bye bye. Keep stitching.